Aloha, it's Dave Lawrence. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for tuning in for this. Today we are pleased to be welcoming back a band that we proudly featured last year, you may recall, and I spoke with my guest. He's in an Oahu reggae band, and they were in the middle of a huge tour of the mainland. I believe it was Birmingham, Alabama, that we ceremoniously caught up with him right there in the middle of the country. And I wanted to do that because these guys are from here, and when I got the word that they were doing 20, 30 dates or something, this enormous tour going coast to coast, I was blown away. I was so impressed and so proud of them that they were taking their Oahu groove to the rest of the country. As if that wasn't enough, this band's debut record became a Billboard reggae chart topping sensation, and it remains in the Billboard reggae charts. This is well over a year after it's come out. That's quite an impressive run for them. They just won a Hoku. They have a huge local fan base, and it's exciting because they're part of the first annual Republic Music Festival, June 11th on Oahu, June 12th on Maui. A lot of big bands on the bill. We'll see how they rate with my guest. It is a great pleasure to welcome him to the HPR studios from the band The Green, guitarist Zion Thompson. Aloha, mahalo, my brother.
What's up, Dave? Thanks for having me, man. Aloha to everyone out there. That was probably the most amazing introduction I've ever heard in my life for myself. I'm going to have to get that later.
Well, it'll be my
Thanks,
pleasure. You're welcome. You're welcome. And it's great to celebrate the achievements of the band and yourself. Congrats on the Hoku. It must be validating.
Yeah. It was the cherry on top for us, I think, for the year, and, just to get some recognition for sure, some validation from the Hawaii community, and get to play some reggae music in front of Hawaiian music legends and that kind of vibe. It was awesome. It was great, and we're thankful and stoked about that.
The first of many is how I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it definitely keeps us going, like a little bit a little push to keep, finishing up the album right now, and it helps out a lot for sure. We're stoked.
Was there anyone there that gave you congrats, or any sort of memory that sticks out of the night that kind of helps with the cherry on the top?
Yeah, that whole night was kind of surreal. I mean, it's the Hokus just have every Hawaiian music legend, pretty much in the books who's around is at this place and walking around. And yeah, I mean, some of the Kalapana guys, they ended the night and performed, and like Kalapana is one of my favorite bands and one of the guys in the Green's favorite bands, So, I mean, they were coming up to us, and like, I'd be like, yeah, that was unreal. That was great. And they're like, hey, you guys were great too. And it was just like unreal to hear that from, idols and people we look up to. But it was really cool and mellow. Nobody was just like trying to be too nice. So everyone was just really genuinely stoked and trying to have fun. And it was awesome to meet all kinds of people,
I'm sure it was a good feeling for you. What are
awesome.
The band has done, you guys have done a number of mainland tours. It's from before I came across the Green until, of course, after the tour that I described in your intro. Of the tours, as you just sort of think here, what would be highlights from the mainland that stick out in your mind?
Probably the most, the weather maybe, and the bands that we met. I mean, traveling and driving through like ice and wind and dust storms and rain and hail, and stopping in the middle of the night because you can't see and you're in snow,
Wow.
And yeah, like kind of scary stuff that we're not used to, and driving all day for like 8 hours or something every day and after the gig and all that. That stands out because that's what kind of, takes its toll on us,
And that's what touring is about.
That's what it's about, and I love it. We love doing it. It's unreal to see the country. I mean, we saw alligators in Florida, like wild ones on the side of the road. Like we drove by, there's Alligator Alley, it's called. Yeah. Just on the side of the highway, there's like a little river, and it was awesome, like getting to see everything. But the bands that we meet out there are unreal. There's some great like guys like Stranger from San Diego. Fortunate Youth from LA too, and just there's so many out there, but it's unreal to just have a lot spread out the family and the music, and everybody out there is real like-minded too. We linked up with a lot of great people, and it's nice to see that the world is really smaller. We think the island is really small, but America itself is like really small. You see people all over the country from like, Waimanalo, or like you'll see someone random from, it's just, it was cool. It was unreal.
To go coast to coast like that, you really do get a sense of how small things are. Certainly anyone who takes a look at the Greens tour itinerary will marvel at the places that they've been. You named some of the bands quickly. Are most of the bands that you get booked with Zion, do they end up being reggae bands too?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know I only named two of, like, there's so many of the guys out there that we love and love to play music with, but yeah, it kind of just works out, you know, like it's pretty much all reggae. The reggae out there is kind of different though, you know, so sometimes it'll stray from reggae to more folky music or more rock and roll kind of stuff, you know, but generally mostly reggae music. And but we like to venture out and listen to different kind of stuff. Sure. Like when we're in the South, try and get some country and blues, like go into those kind of places, or, you know, just whatever it is. But
you take advantage of the local thing wherever it is.
Yeah, we try to, for the, you know, for the hours that we're in the city that we're in that day. And
as I pointed out to you, you know, when we first talked, if people take a look at the cover of the Green record, I find it to be the kind of album artwork that it lends itself to you guys being promoted on the same bill with indie rock bands or even psychedelic, you know, hippie kind of bands. It really, it has that presentation, you know, that it could easily find itself in other genres.
Right. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're kind of we were hoping, you know, our deal was a little retro vibe on the retro art, and we pretty much let Kamea Hadar just kind of do his thing, and he drew it and, you know, kind of worked with the concept with us, but it's pretty much his thing. And we just got the colors together, and we're really happy. I mean, it came out, I mean, he's an artist that we really respect, and a lot of people respect him, and
sure.
I feel like it's a piece of art, you know, just that design itself, you know.
It is.
So I mean, to have it represented in some way on our album is a nice thing too, you know. It's different, it's its own thing, just like his own artwork, but we're lucky to have that on our cover, you know. So it's just I don't know, we're proud of him and we're stoked, and
as you should be. And as you pointed out, sort of, there are, when I mentioned that, I think I wasn't thinking so much that it would help you to put you on bills with different kinds of reggae bands, but when you mentioned the reggae bands in the contemporary scene around the world that are representing the genre are really so different from one another. You know, the sound on your record is so different from another band. Right. And when we think about these concerts coming up, the Republic Festival, as they're calling it, with a lot of different acts,
exactly,
that's going to be, that's curious.
A good example.
Yeah, there's a great example. When you think of Steel Pulse and Matisyahu, which couldn't be more different, but yet are huge, and one's sort of classic, one's new. I was hoping you'd sort of like explain where you see their styles coming.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to have all those bands together. Steel Pulse and Matisyahu are, you know, Steel Pulse is just they're the legends who are as big as Matisyahu probably is, but he's a current guy and he's got all these other, you know, accomplishments and stuff. And then you've got Revolution, who are huge on the mainland. We did 2 weeks with them on the East Coast, and every single show was sold out. And they're big venues like Boston House of Blues and, you know, big places. And the Dirty Heads, another band from, I believe they're from California, new band that's like coming out, and they're more a little on the rock side, but reggae, and you know, and just.
So the bill is going to have a lot of flavor.
It's, yeah, like you said, it's a crazy like mix, and then you got us, you know, and you got the Throwdowns too, you know, from here too. So it's a huge eclectic mix, and it's a visionary thing, I think. I mean, uniting all these different kinds of genres, which is really kind of what I was talking about earlier, is what's going on out there too. Like, it's a small world, and all the bands, everyone knows each other, and no matter if you don't play reggae, or if, you know, everybody knows somebody that is affiliated with, you know, reggae or any kind of music style. So it's cool. We're happy to be a part of it. And I don't know, man, that venue too is awesome. Like,
Kakako.
Yeah, the one that's on Oahu is the one in Maui is gonna be amazing too. But the waterfront in Kakako is amazing. It's like stadium grass vibes. You can see from everywhere, and
I like that place.
Yeah, that gig is going to be awesome. I hope it continues to happen every year. The Republic Music Festival, you know,
right, like a growing entity.
Yeah, first one, and you know, it's going to be unreal. We're gonna pull out all the stops for that one.
Have you ever gigged with Steel Pulse before?
I've opened for Steel Pulse over here. with Irie Love, backing her up. A lot of the members of the Green come from formerly backing up,
Sure.
backup bands, reggae artists from wherever. But
the Green has never been on the same bill with Steel Pulse before, so it'll be the first time.
I don't think we have.
And how about Matis
Yeah.
Yahoo?
Nope.
Ever seen him live?
I've never. Some of the boys have, I know, but I haven't seen him live.
He's wild stuff, huh? What do you think of that?
I love it. I love his music and his style and his consciousness, and I'm stoked. He's one of the ones I'm stoked to see because I've seen Steel Pulse and they're classic, amazing,
Yeah, they are
unreal.
legendary.
Like Dave Hines just sounds great still, and they're unreal. But yeah, Modest Yahoo is I'm stoked to see them. And Revolution, those are our boys. Now I mean they're pretty much
Friends from the road.
yeah. They're coming out and coming back to Hawaii again, and we're happy to be able to be like, what's up, guys?
Hosting.
Good to see you again.
Kind of
Yeah.
hosts in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a barbecue or something for them. That'll be nice. But
You've been doing a new record, and it's almost like the 70s. It's like your last record's still high in the charts, and you're doing a new one already. What's the sound difference going to be on this one? Share a little bit of the inside of the making of it.
yeah, we're trying to, thank you, man. Like the first album is done fairly well, in that we want to kind of make sure this next album represents us the right way. We don't want to, play something. We want to make sure that our fans stay our fans, and we want to gain new fans also. So it's going to have, the singing, the 4 different singers and different songwriting styles from the first one. And, but it's going to have, it's going to be a little more progressive. It's going to be a little more, some dance hall songs, little more production going into some of it, and we're putting a couple more dollars into this one to make it sound better sonically, just recording wise and stuff like that. But it's just gonna be us, but new stuff that we've been just aching to get out, stuff that we've had written before that didn't make the first album because of song track number issues, but and we have new songs that we've written on the road from inspiration of who we've met and where we've been, and it's just kind of the current stuff that we're just really stoked to put out. And we've only played a few of the songs live. Like for a while we don't play
You're not breaking them out on the road.
We haven't. I mean, we play some. Sometimes there's a good 3 or 4 that we've been playing, but
how about at the festival? We gonna hear some there?
Yeah, we're definitely gonna play it. The couple new ones that we've got. But we're just stoked to get this album done and then start
What's the
playing
time
all
frame?
of them. Oh man. Well, we have a couple weeks to get it
finish
done.
it.
Yeah, it's almost done. We've been working on it for a while, and
Release date, you're thinking of what?
it's going to be in October.
Oh, wow.
October is.
So you'll have one still on the Billboard charts and doing your second one.
Well, I don't know about that.
If the thing's still on
if
it
it's
right
still
now.
in the billboards in October, that would be nice.
It's on right now, though, yeah?
It's hanging in there.
As we speak, it's around where?
I know it's been in the top 20, and it dips under 10 sometimes. But
sometimes.
well, when we're on tour,
It goes all the way up.
It goes up a little more when we're on tour. A lot of things kind of, our Facebook likes go up almost 100 a day when we're on tour. And when we're back home, it goes up maybe 20.
But as an Oahu
interesting.
musician who has successfully traversed the country, you've gone back and forth over and over, you've played all these gigs, it's got to be somewhat satisfying that all this time after releasing that thing, it is still among the best-selling reggae releases according to Billboard.
Yeah, it's
That's
a
got to
blessing.
floor you.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. I mean, the word you're gonna hear me say this whole interview is stoked. I've said it 30 times already because we're so happy about it. I mean, it's indescribable, and it's a dream come true. Getting to play music, just being able to do it is a blessing, and getting to follow your dream in music too, of taking it further than that, of just being able to play it, but play places you want to, and whatever.
Exporting it. You're taking it to the world. You're repping the islands in a lot of ways. Too.
Representing your music and your thoughts and your songs and connecting with people that way, and trying to represent for Hawaii and for, and that's a thing too, is the push from Hawaii is what we have. That's our a big strength, you know.
It's a lot of responsibility.
It's kind of, yeah, I mean, you know, we know there's a, you know, our fan base is from, you know, the old aunties and uncles, and even older than that, to the little kids, you know. So we know that, and
we're counting on you.
Well, you know, hey, we're only human, you know, but
no pressure.
We're straight up about pretty much everything that goes on and with us, and we're just we know that, you know, the children of the future. We know what, you know, what we need to do, and we're just gonna keep making music and you know, try and inspire some little ripper crazy musician kids out there, and or surfers or doctors or whatever they want to do, just music
players
to help them going. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Because I mean, this is like a reggae band that have like a, you know, Zion lays down some pretty nasty guitar on there, and I'll be looking forward. Oh, it's slamming.
It's really bad.
The guy is so humble. I will be really looking forward to hearing some of the solos on the next record. I think that's
pressure's on, yeah, Dave.
That's one of the things that you bring to reggae, though, brother. Like when we talk about Steel Pulse and what they bring, or Matis Yahoo and his sound, you know, to me, that's one of the flavors I really connected with on the record, is like the strong guitar that comes through.
Thanks, man.
And you're welcome. I mean, it's a nice thing that something else you pointed out. People who don't know reggae often think it's all one thing. It's reggae, you know, it's just reggae. But it's not. Right. There's a lot of different kinds of reggae, and there are different things about reggae that make some bands sound different, you know, that makes Matis Yahoo sound the way he does with the vocals, you know, versus a band like Culture, you know, and the way they would come away with their sound, you know, or Classic Tosh or Marley, you know, or The Green. So I just encourage you to keep, you know, developing your sound and doing what you're doing, but just know, you know, we're really supportive here at HPR, and we're very, very proud of you. I speak for myself, at least. I'm floored when I said it before, man, that you've been on the Billboard charts this long. It's
it's crazy, man.
It is.
It's
outstanding.
Know, man. We feel like we have a lot of people watching over us, and things are going good. And like you said, we have work to do, and we're trying to represent. And
well, promise us you'll stay loyal to the station, at least as you become rich and famous. You'll come back and do another interview with you someday.
Whatever. You know, like I told you the first time, you know, we talked when I was in Bama. You know, like you know, I used to listen to All Things Considered in the lifeguard towers at work with the boys and stuff, and or here and there. I don't know, you know, man. You know, it's a great thing, you know, what you guys have over here, and the Green is really stoked to be a part of it, and thankful to be here, man. Any one of us, the whole band, just me, any one of us will come back anytime.
Well, we got a gig we're working on for later this summer with you guys, which will be upstairs here at the studio in our Atherton performance space that we've got. We're working with Curtis, your agent dude.
Curtis is coming here in
we
a couple days.
Throw him some love. Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to meeting him for the show.
He needs somewhere to sleep.
Just know, we'll do the best. Maybe we can put him off to the side here.
He's tall. He's like 7 feet tall.
But anyway, thank you. We'll stay in touch, and we look forward to hanging at the show too. I'll be there at the Republic Fest. So.
Well, right on, Dave. Yep, I'll see you there, man. Thank you, and thanks to HPR for having me. For you guys for staying late, you and Bill, much respect.
Bill's a solid brother, and I'm sure he appreciates you. You're very generous with your praise. So. Thanks again, my brother.
Yeah, man. Aloha. Thank you.
Aloha to you.
Aloha, everybody. This is Zion Thompson from The Green. And look at that. It's my favorite time of day. Hey, Brother Dave, let's have a happy 420. Aloha, this is Zion Thompson with The Green. And you're tuned to the only show that matters with my friend Dave Lawrence.